The Allahabad High Court on Thursday dismissed the Gyanvapi Mosque Committee's challenge to the order of a Varanasi District Court asking for a scientific investigation, survey, excavation of the premises, saying scientific survey is necessary in the interest of justice. The Archaeological Survey of India (ASI) can now go ahead with the survey that had started on July 24th but had to abort after the Supreme Court stepped in. The Gyanvapi Mosque stands adjacent to the Kashi Vishwanath Temple in Varanasi. According to the available historical record, it was built in the 17th century on the orders of the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb after destroying the original Kashi Vishwanath Temple. The present temple was subsequently built next to the mosque by the order of Queen Alia Bai Holkar in the late 18th century. Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah on Thursday called on Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Delhi. The Chief Minister also met Defence Minister Rajnath Singh hours before calling on the Prime Minister. Siddaramaiah presented a traditional wood-made elephant miniature and garland to PM Modi in a picture tweeted by PMO. PM Modi is seen donning Karnataka's traditional turban and shawl. Earlier, the CM arrived at the Parliament on Thursday morning while answering a question of a reporter on his stunning with his deputy TK Shivkumar. Siddaramaiah said, "All are well in Karnataka. There are no differences between me and Shivkumar. We are together." This was his first meeting with the Prime Minister after the Congress formed the government in the state under his leadership, following victory in the assembly polls in May. Clashes between two groups broke out in Nuh on Monday afternoon after a religious procession passing through the district came under attack, leaving 2 homeguards dead and dozens of people, including around 20 policemen, injured in the frenzy of violence that followed. The human toll of the violence that broke out in Nuh and spread to other parts of the state cannot be measured only in terms of the dead and the injured. The clashes have left a certain group of people living in fear. Of the over 100 Muslim families from West Bengal that were staying in a Gurugram locality, only 15 remain, and even they say they are petrified and are not going back only because they don't have the money to do so. Meanwhile, in Nuh, some Hindu migrants have decided to leave the city. As curfew is imposed in the district, the migrant families, including children, are preparing to leave the place on foot. A conglomerate of Kuki groups on Thursday postponed until next week the mass burial of 35 Kukis killed in the ongoing ethnic clashes with the dominant Meiteis at S. Boljang village in Churchandpur district. The burials were delayed at the Union Home Ministry's request even as security was tightened in parts of the state. The Manipur High Court earlier on Thursday directed status quo ante at the proposed burial site and asked central and state governments and other parties to seek an amicable settlement. Meitei groups criticized the conglomerate, Indigenous Tribal Leaders Forum, over the proposed mass burial and said it will provoke the people's sentiments further. ITLF planned a program to honor the 35, followed by a mass burial. Ginza Wolzong, a spokesman for the conglomerate, said they had an overnight meeting that continued till 4 a.m. on Thursday and that the ministry requested them to delay the burial for 5 days. If we comply, we will be allowed burials at the same location and the government will legalize the land for the burial.